Hey guys, this is Kramer Mecha, and today I'm drawing hands.
But Kramer, why are you drawing hands?
I'll tell you why a randomly nasally version of myself, because I fucking suck at drawing hands. For the longest time, I spent all of my time just drawing portraits, just the face, maybe down to the neck, and that's about it. Because of that, I'm left with a major skill deficit where I'm pretty good at drawing faces, and then the hands and body and everything else just sucks. So today I decided to do a hand study. A study is basically where an artist just draws something over and over again, practicing for a piece that they want to do in the future. Basically, just practicing. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel a lot fancier just calling it a study.
Yes, I'm going to draw some hands, and then I'm going to smoke my pipe, and I'm going to feel fancy about myself.
Now, normally during a hand study, an artist would probably draw hands in several different positions, at different angles, probably holding different things. But as you can see, in this case, I'm just drawing the same hand over and over again until it looks somewhat decent. Now, when doing this, you can either reference another picture of a hand, another drawing of a hand, maybe you can even get one of those fancy little wood structures that are a hand, and you get to move little fingers around that are a little creepy, but they're kind of cool at the same time. You know the ones I'm talking about, the ones at Michael's or any other art store that you see, and if you're 12, or me, you always leave in the middle finger position before you leave. Me personally, I just kind of stared at my left hand while drawing with my right hand, which in hindsight seems kind of obvious based on the position of the hand that I'm drawing. Now at this point, I think I've got a pretty good outline to work with, so I'm going to switch my pen tool from purple to black and start working on my final layer. Start doing a bit of outlining here, and oh my god. That's a penis. Okay, so like, it's not just me, right? That index finger looks like a penis. Well, I guess we can pretend we just never saw that and continue drawing. If I were Bob Ross, this would be the point where I would say, now that we've drawn a little happy penis there, let's put a little bush at the bottom. It's a happy little bush. Happy little bush to match the happy little penis. Yeah. One problem that I've noticed is that whenever I try to draw hands, if I try to make them simple, they just come out kind of mushy. Because of that, I always end up overcompensating the little details, trying to put too many wrinkles where they shouldn't be. And sometimes those details do help. They can add to the overall look of the drawing and give it that graphic novel kind of feel. On the other hand, if I'm trying to draw something more anime inspired or something that kind of has the look of Rick and Morty to it, over detailing the hands doesn't really work. I guess the goal here is that if I get good enough at drawing really complicated hands, then somehow I'll just understand how hands work and how they look, so that when I try to go draw simpler versions, they'll come out better. Having said that, that might be a lost cause, and the only way I'm going to get better at drawing simple hands is just repeatedly drawing simple hands. One thing that I think I have gotten pretty decent at is drawing the hands of D&D characters holding weapons. And the thing that I found difficult at first was not just drawing the hand, but trying to figure out how spaced out the fingers need to be to leave room for a weapon in the hand. At first I would just end up drawing a clenched fist, but that would look really weird because either the handle of the weapon would look really small, or the weapon's handle would be normal sized, but then the fingers looked like they were super thin. Having said that, while I have made some progress on hands holding weapons, I've kind of left myself at a disadvantage because I haven't been practicing a lot of palms. And as you can see in this part of the video, this is where I had to start redrawing the hand all over again because it just didn't make sense. I think about maybe 70% of the way through this drawing, I stopped looking at my hand for reference and just started going from my head. And while the fingers came out a little better, the bottom part of the palm especially just didn't sit right with me. So I thought, whatever, I'll just start from the beginning. Start a whole new basic outline to work with and then trace around that. In the long run, I think I kind of messed it up even more. But instead of spending the next 5 hours trying to draw the same hand over and over again, I figured I'm going to get this one done and then go on to the next one. After all, this is just supposed to be practice. And if I keep stopping for every little tiny thing that I think doesn't look just quite right, then I'll just never get this done. I think that's one of the hardest things to get over when you're starting to learn how to draw, which I definitely am still in the learning phase, is that if you keep stopping for every minute thing, you'll never really make any progress. You'll become obsessed with small little tiny details, and while that obsession can help, it can also hinder. If you never finish that first really shitty piece, you'll never be able to take all the tiny lessons you've learned and culminate them into a brand new, better piece. That's just my thought on it anyway. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed watching this hand study, even though the hand came out looking like a little pudgy baby hand. Or maybe it's just my hands that look like pudgy little baby hands. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.